Look around your living space. You might see a graveyard of half-finished projects, an acoustic guitar, a half-coded website, or a folded jujitsu belt. Looking at that graveyard brings up a very specific type of shame. Society labels you a dilettante. People tell you that your mind is chaotic, or that you simply lack the grit to pick one lane and stay in it. You probably use the phrase, "a jack of all trades is a master of none," to beat yourself up. But the complete saying reveals something entirely different. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Psychology points to this scattered feeling as a symptom of a highly adaptive nervous system, building a rare cognitive architecture known as the M-shaped mind. The M-shaped mind refers to a person who develops multiple distinct pillars of knowledge, connected by a broad bridge of curiosity. While the world insists that you focus, your brain is actively preparing you for a future where traditional hyper-specialization becomes a massive liability. Your anxiety is simply a misdiagnosed survival instinct. To understand why you feel this anxiety, we have to look at the lie you were sold. For the last century, the traditional industrial economy rewarded people who dug one single hole a mile deep. This diagram shows the I shape. An I-shaped person cultivates deep, narrow expertise in a single subject. The I-shape thrives in a kind learning environment, like golf, where the rules are entirely static, predictable, and never change. If you practice your golf swing for 10,000 hours, you win. The famous 10,000-hour rule of practice only guarantees success when you operate inside this artificial, unchanging system. But your brain instinctively knows that the 21st century operates as a wicked environment. A wicked environment is characterized by chaotic shifts in rules and technology. Here, the hyper-specialist is fragile. The moment an industry shifts, their singular, deep skill becomes instantly obsolete. One year, you are obsessed with electrical wiring, and the next, you are deep into yoga and DJing rave music. Drifting away from a single obsession is an evolutionary rejection of a fragile strategy that no longer works in a volatile world. This brings us back to the M-shaped mind, which serves as the ultimate biological countermeasure to navigating a wicked world. Specialists rely on a cognitive process called near transfer. Near transfer means solving familiar problems using the exact same tools you have always used. M-shaped people operate differently by employing far transfer. This diagram illustrates far transfer. Far transfer is the cognitive ability to extract a fundamental concept from one completely isolated domain and weaponize it in another. Consider a web developer who used to be a beekeeper and a farmer. On paper, agriculture has absolutely nothing to do with writing software. However, that agricultural knowledge of organic growth cycles allows them to build digital code as a living, scalable ecosystem. They achieve a level of structural insight that a pure, specialist coder who only stares at screens could never grasp. To an outsider, your trajectory looks chaotic. In reality, you are gathering data points from disparate domains. Your economic and intellectual value comes entirely from your synthesis of these isolated ideas, rather than your absolute depth in any single category. We can observe the mechanics of this strategy outside the modern workplace by looking at evolutionary biology, where adaptation determines survival. Take elephants. Despite their massive cellular volume and long lifespans, elephants practically never develop cancer. They survive because of redundancy. Redundancy is the presence of massive genetic backups. Elephants possess multiple copies of the exact same cancer-fighting gene, so if one fails, another immediately takes over. Translate this biological imperative back to your career. Learning how to code, wire HVAC systems, and teach English acts as the deliberate construction of economic redundancy. Your chaotic interests form a strategic safety net. If artificial intelligence or a sudden market crash destroys your primary career pillar, you survive because a redundant pillar instantly takes over. Understanding that your curiosity provides a biological advantage offers a great relief, but it doesn't solve your immediate crushing problem, the feeling of exhausting burnout while you watch your peers become senior executives. This demonstrates the fatal geometric error of the scattered mind. Attempting to build all the pillars of your M shape at exactly the same time, learning data science, writing a novel, and starting a business, will cause you to collapse. True polymaths utilize an operational practice called serial mastery. Serial mastery requires viewing skill acquisition through sequential seasons, rather than demanding immediate simultaneous action from yourself. Look at this timeline. It represents a 53-year-old isolating one primary pillar, programming, to pay the bills. By protecting his energy, his other passions, like music and game design, rose sequentially without the pressure of providing income. He let them exist sequentially. Eventually, these distinct, separated passions merged naturally on their own timeline into his own personal video game projects. Stop apologizing for your graveyard of hobbies. Those abandoned projects serve as semesters in a custom-built university of your own making. You are engineered to be the crucial bridge between worlds in a future that specialists simply will not survive.